So hey queens, I told you I would be back with my uni essentials haul. Now I finished uni last week. I had my last day last week, which was very surreal, and I have my last assignment kind of done, just needed to submit it today. So I thought this week would be the perfect time to film my actual uni essentials. Now I filmed two of these whenever I was in first year, and it actually went quite viral. It actually did really well. So this one is a bit more cutting down to the nitty-gritty, what you really need, and some items that I think are really worth your while. So I've got a list here. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite things that have really gotten me through. If you're in a studio as well, some of these things might be for you. But this is the real stuff that you really do need for uni that not everyone thinks about. But it makes your experience much more worthwhile. So let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start in the bedroom. Something that you absolutely need, but if you're moving into student accommodation, they do give it to you whenever you first move in, is a mattress protector, because you don't know what these beds have seen. And it's also a small double if you're moving into accommodation. You could be moving into a house, that's completely on you. But if you're moving into student accommodation, they do give you a mattress protector. I remember I got one when I already had one. But you could double up. I know that you can get ones on like TikTok and everything that are like a bit more quilted and they make it a bit nicer to lie on. Just get a mattress protector because you don't know what these small doubles have seen. Next up then is just kind of a bit of a personal preference for me, but I got this lamp for final year. I got it off Amazon. You basically just tap it and it turns on. It also changes colour. It's great, and it's USB-C charged. And also if it's like for outdoors, you can like hang it up. But I basically got this because I didn't really have a lamp. I had one in first year because they had one on the desk and that was basically it. Second year I didn't have one, third year I didn't have one. But then I got this one for final year and it's been the best purchase I've ever had because I can move it to my bed. Like, it's not just plugged in anywhere, which is what I didn't want. And it's going to make your room feel a bit more cozier. I also have fairy lights, which I'll show you in a minute. These can make your room feel so cozy. And I have some on my mirror, I have some on my pin board. It just makes you feel a wee bit more like at home, a wee bit more at ease. Making your space as cozy and comfortable as possible is key. Next up then, you're gonna want to get some underbed storage bins. This absolutely saved me. Now I can't show you mine because mine is under my bed, but it currently has my duvets and like my sheets and everything. I also have a really big one for it's actually my side table at the minute because I had no side table up here, which I don't really need it because I'm only up here for like 44 weeks. But it's really good for like moving your like tableware and stuff whenever you're moving in. Keep these because you're gonna need them whenever you move back out again. Next up then is pictures for your pin board. If you're in student accommodation, you're gonna get a pin board. It is vital that you consume that with all of your media, all your photos of your family, your friends, and you'll be surprised that you'll actually have more photos to put up there whenever you're at uni. I actually have a bunch of quotes up there too, which I will show you, and you can see my fairy lights up there as well, just for an extra wee bit of zhuzh. If you're in student accommodation, you're not allowed candles because you're not allowed like a fire hazard. You do have windows that open, but they only open to a certain extent. So get a reed diffuser instead of candles. I much prefer these anyway, because they're not too strong and you can kind of set them anywhere. And the liquid soaks up through the sticks. I got this one in Primark. It's so cute. It smells super fresh. Get a reed diffuser. Next up then is make sure you have lots and lots of hangers. Hangers like this, the ones that like clip on for trousers. Hangers. I had to buy more in first year because I actually ran out. Also, if you're living in your home, don't bring your whole wardrobe because I live down in Coleraine. I wasn't really there much in second year. And I brought up a lot of my clothes and then I bought new clothes, didn't have room for them. If you're going to be close to home, don't bring your whole wardrobe. You will thank me later. Okay, if you're in student accommodation, if you're in student housing, make sure you have a pair of sliders or Crocs because if you're in student accommodation, the fire drill if you know, you know, you need shoes that you can put on quickly, get out the building. I got these ones for final year. I've really wanted Crocs, and these are the best thing I've ever bought. So excited to wear them on holiday. But also the floors in student accommodation and student housing can be so grimy, so make sure you have a good pair of shoes that you can just put on whenever you need them. Okay, we're on to the kitchen stuff now, which something I don't have that is on this list that just proves how much I need it. It's here somewhere. A bottle opener. It doesn't matter if you don't drink or not, you will always need a bottle opener at some point in your life. I do have one, I have no idea where it is. Get a bottle opener, bring it with you. You never know who might need it as well. Flatmate might need it. Just get a bottle opener. Something that I was advised whenever I was going into first year that I didn't listen to was if you're going to be in shared accommodation, so I was in shared halls for the first 3 years of my uni life, get ugly cutlery. Get ugly cutlery and tableware so you identify which one is yours and which one is not. I also got this little box for my cutlery. I think it was second year of uni, and it has saved me so much because it depends on who you're sharing with, but everyone kind of like takes their own for what they want for like drawers, cupboards and all that there. I actually got quite a good cupboard space in first year. Second year was okay. But this has saved me for if you don't have your cutlery in a drawer and you have it in a cupboard, get one of these. It keeps everything together. Like I said about get the ugly dishware, well, I was just given this because it was from my first house. Basically just 2 of these big plates, 2 of the small plates, 2 bowls. Make sure you have at least maybe 4 glasses, and that's all that you really need. Expect things to get broken at uni. I dropped one of my other poppy bowls. So I'm actually a poppy bowl down now, but I have my grandas. So expect things to get broken. And if you really want no one to take your stuff, get the ugly stuff, I'm telling you. Next up is quite a simple one, but you'd be surprised at how many people need to be told. Bring a reusable ice cube tray. Do not buy ice. I'm telling you, do not buy ice. Reusable ice cube trays, you can get these on Amazon, you can get them in Tesco, you can get them literally anywhere. I got these little bubble ones because I think it's really cute. Because you really don't need to buy ice, especially when you're a uni student. You don't need to buy ice. I don't care what anyone says. Make your own ice. If you're moving into student accommodation, you're gonna have to get induction stuff. Now, the majority of pans are induction already. Don't make the mistake that I did. I went and bought all these new pans because I thought mine weren't induction. They were. Thankfully, I got them returned, but he was like, don't do this again. I'm like, I won't. My mum actually got me this one. I do majority of like my cooking in this one. I also have another little one. I also have a big frying pan. That's all you really need. You really just need 3 pans, really. A saucepan, this one has a lid, and a big frying pan, and your utensils. That's literally all you need. Something that I keep seeing, and I have to mention it, is if you're a uni student, get good quality food shop bags. The amount of people that I just see with carrying plastic bags, like if you want to carry a plastic bag, you go for it. These ones I have loved. This one is the one that I used in first year and second year. I used to fit everything in this one, and then I matured a bit, and then I was like, actually I need a second bag for my fridge stuff. So my mum gave me this one. These are really, really good because they're insulated. I put this one over my shoulder and then I carry this one. But like, I've had these for about 4 years now and they still haven't broke on me. Get good quality bags if you're going to be a student for at least 4 years. You will thank me later. I did forget to mention, if you're in a studio, they won't have an oven. You will have a combi grill oven. I bought an air fryer, which I'd never used before. Could not recommend it enough. If you're in a studio and you don't have an oven, get an air fryer. You can do so much with it, and I think I'm a little bit obsessed with it now. But yeah, if you're in a studio, get an air fryer. Okay, next up is laundry, which if you're going to be living in student halls, you're going to want to know about some of this. If you are in student halls, you'll use Circuit. Make sure you top up your Circuit account when you get paid. So if this is whenever you get your student finance, whenever you get paid from your part-time job, fill it up because it will run out on you, and it depends how many washes you're doing. I did a wash every 2 weeks because I couldn't afford washing every week. If you're going home to do your washing, that's great, but you're going to need to use Circuit at some point, so top it up whenever you have money. I got this bag whenever I was in my second semester of first year. I could not recommend it enough because I was using an IKEA bag for my laundry. This is a divided bag for dark and light, and it has things that can go over your shoulder. Don't just use a carry bag because it depends on how much you're washing you're doing. But I swear by having a bag that goes over my shoulder, especially if I'm going up and down the stairs. I need to do a wash tomorrow. This is why it's so full. But get a good laundry bag. It's gonna, it's gonna make laundry a wee bit easier for you. Whenever it comes to washing your laundry then, this is just something that really works for me. My mum put me on it and I haven't gone back since, is use these little pods. Okay, the amount of people that I see using like fabric softener and powder and they make such a mess of it because they don't know how much to put in. This, all you have to do is put your load in, your darks and your lights, put one of these in each of your washes, and that's it, because everything is in this. You can get nice little smells. You can get these boxes for about like £3 or £4 depending on where you go. If you want your laundry to smell like a wee bit more fresher, a wee bit more scentier, because obviously that is just one pod amongst like a whole wash, use some unstoppables. Like you can use at least a cup of this to make your laundry smell a bit fresher, and it just, it's a nice little bonus. But use pods, do not use fabric softener and powder if you don't exactly know how to use it. Plus, circuit laundry is completely different to normal laundry. It's so easy to use, but it's so expensive, and it can be like completely new for someone else. Also, use dryer balls. These are a bit more eco-friendly than dryer sheets that you use maybe like every wash. I've had these since first year as well. Couldn't recommend them enough. Like, they're just better for the planet, and they dry your towels a lot quicker. So keep it simple with your laundry. Don't go anything too over the top. I'm gonna quickly go through my bathroom stuff because there's literally only 4 things. Get a first aid kit. This is something I wish I did because I won't lie, you will have a lot of random A&E trips when you come to uni. I certainly did for many reasons which I'm not going to go into. But make sure you have a first aid kit. I make sure I have plasters, I have tablets, I have all that kind of stuff. But you never know what you're going to get up to at uni. So get a first aid kit. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them in Tesco, you can get them literally anywhere. Make sure you have a toothbrush holder. This is such a random one, but I've had mine since first year. And you'd be surprised, like, you don't get a toothbrush holder whenever you move to uni. Some people don't need one, but if you're used to having a toothbrush holder, just get one. It'll last you to 4 years. Get some storage crates. Now, whenever I was in my first year of uni, I did not have enough storage on my counter. So I had this little like turntable thing, which took up the majority of my space, meaning I had no room for my towels or anything. Like, it was a mess. Thankfully, when I moved to GPS, there is so much room in the bathroom. Like, this is what the storage looks like in the bathroom. There is literally so many, like, the mirrors basically open up, and I have enough storage. Like, I actually don't need to use it all. Daniel uses some of it. But make sure you have storage crates for your like counter. So I have this for like my pads and like sanitary stuff. And just have them. It's good to have like extra little crates of stuff just like sitting out. Get a toilet brush. You won't be given a toilet brush. I got mine in like B&M or somewhere. Just get a toilet brush. You will need it. So my last few things are specifically for uni. Now, if you're coming to uni, I would really recommend getting an iPad. An iPad over a laptop. Now, they have monitors in the library for you to submit your stuff, because for some reason, whenever you're submitting an assignment on Blackboard, your iPad won't let you. It needs to be like a browser. So thankfully I do have a very, very ancient laptop that I use, or I can just go to the library and use one of their monitors. But I would really, really recommend getting an iPad for your studies. I really like this little keyboard that I got for mine. Obviously, I upgraded mine last September, which I shared. And I had just, I can't remember, the iPad 10th generation. Didn't have the case or anything, but it was just amazing for, I like to take notes on a notebook. And then I also, this year I made notes on this on OneNote. Highly recommend OneNote if you're taking notes for uni. It is all I use this year, but I would highly recommend, if you're torn between an iPad or a laptop for uni, get an iPad. A laptop, yes, is good, but if you want something a wee bit more easy to take with you, get the iPad. Next up is something that you'll need for your fob that not everyone likes using. It's a lanyard. I got this one in, oh my god, I got this years ago for whenever I wanted to like be a teacher. We got it from Smiggle because my dad always used to take us there to get like our school bags and stuff. It's quite nostalgic actually. I had this one in first year, and then I got this little black one that I got for like the freshers fair, and I used that right up until second year. Then I had my sunflower lanyard that I use quite a lot because my mental health was quite visible, so I just used that. And then I went back to this for final year just for a wee bit of nostalgia, but get this for your fob. And then I just added some like little keychains and stuff. But your lanyard is going to be your best bet. Obviously, if you drive, you can put it on your car keys, but I don't drive. Next up is make sure you have a suitable bag for uni. Now, I'm going to insert a photo of what my bag was in first year. It was literally this little silly little tote. Which was good, don't worry. She did me strong for the past 2 years. And then obviously I went on the placement and I needed to get like an actual kind of like handbag. I got this one in New Look. I think it was like 20 odd pound. It has a zip. And honestly, it is a really, really good bag. I'm going to bring it down home with me whenever I start my volunteering. It fits my camera, it fits my iPad, it fits my water bottle, it fits everything. And obviously it has a zip and it's kind of waterproof. If you're a commuter, I would say maybe get a backpack. I see a lot of commuters use backpacks. I'm feeling I'm maybe going to have to get one because I'm soon going to be a commuter. Or get a trusty handbag that's actually good quality. Don't use a tote like I did because she did not perform well for me. She got soaked because it was made of corduroy. It wasn't waterproof. And in this weather, make sure you have a waterproof bag. Lastly then is just kind of a personal item, but make sure you have a good reusable water bottle. I switched to a Walla 2024. I got this little one last year, which I have a slight issue with it, but that's my fault. I highly swear by a Walla because it has this little hook. You can lock it like this. Make sure it's always screwed tightly because it will leak. And you can sip or you can chug from it. This is the 32 ounce. This is the bigger one. It goes right up to 40 ounce. But honestly, if you're a student, 24 ounce or 32 or 34 is the best for you. But just make sure you have a good water bottle because you never know how long you're going to be in a uni building. Those are my kind of like key essentials. That's obviously not everything you need for uni. If you want to look at everything I got for first year, you can go back all to my videos. Loads of people have stuff on TikTok too, like really short nitty gritty stuff, probably shorter than mine. But this is coming from a final year who has been through it the past 4 years in student accommodation. I've literally lived in student accommodation for 4 years. So take it from me, I do know what I'm talking about. So if you're coming to uni in September, I wish you all the luck and you will really, really enjoy it. So bye from me.